Hi, how are you today? Have you eaten? Possibly, have you taken your bath? Simple expressions and attractions on the journey to immoral thoughts and immorality and adultery. Have you eaten? That's a common language from the mouth of parents, husband, lovers. A few times you could get it from the mouth of a brother, but it's common from parents, husband, wife, because those are your immediate and closest relatives. So you can hear it from them. How are you? Have you eaten my daughter? Have you eaten my wife? Have you eaten my husband? So it's common. And so when this language is coming from a stranger who has been looking at you somehow, there's an immoral thought growing. Say, wow. So, episode 5, have you eaten? Simple attraction from the heart of immorality. You say, boss, that's not a bad word. No, it can't be a bad word. It's a love word. It's an affectionate word. It's a caring word. Shall you see my face? So how weighty is the question of have you eaten? It's a sign and a confession. In short, a profession of love. So okay, let's break it down. If your husband friend or your wife friend or your friend, so you know the other side friend, is not concerned anytime he has opportunity to reach you, maybe the man want to report about his wife or he want to ask you about your husband. Sometimes he could even present that your husband's phone is not going, so he wants to use your phone. And so the first question is, how are you, madam? Or how are you, Sister Mary? Meanwhile, you are the husband, you are the friend wife, okay. Oh, I'm fine, wow. Nice to speak to you. So, okay, you want to talk to my husband? Yes. But how are you? I hope you're okay. Wow. I like the way you're attending my friend. Have you eaten today? Pastor God, is that a bad word? No, if it's a bad word, it will not be used because we don't use bad words to war people. Bad words are not to war people. Remember those days when people used to say, I love you more than my father, I love you more than my mother, I love you more than my grandfather. You are the cockroach, you are the best thing that has happened. I've never known anybody. You are the first I want to start with. So they're usually good words. So bad words are not in this field. And so be careful. So what I'm saying is that you should look beyond the have you eaten and look within the motive for that, because the person might be communicating an affection. And if you may take it as normal until the person graduates. And anyone that cares for you, your heart longs for. So when the person is always concerned, maybe meanwhile, to your husband is not new, or to your wife, it's no longer a new thing to say, have you eaten? So, but when you to tell it to someone who lack affection, maybe the guy that is asking you, have you eaten? And your husband doesn't know how to ask you. It's not in that stuff. So every time he's concerned, you begin to say, did I make mistake? Even this guy is always concerned for eating. I hope you have a nice time to rest. Those conversations are thoughts of immorality. And they bring in adultery. As simple as that. They are meant for good. And mind you, the way we are formed, we love care. And Bible says in Proverbs 1:10, it said, my son, when sin entices you, consent thou not. In Proverbs 1:10. And in verse 30, in Proverbs chapter 1, the verse 32, what 32 said, it said, for the turning away of the simple shall slay them. So, it's very easy for the simple to turn away. You feel you are being cared for. Indeed, it's caring, but the purpose of caring is to be friends. Okay? So, have you eaten can bring in immorality, can bring in a demonic thought. And when it is giving heat to, it will produce fruit of immorality. So nobody ever wants you without wooing you. Nobody ever wants you without first talking good to you. So as simple as have you eaten is, we need to detect the motive behind some languages so we don't fall. Okay, so work on your immoral thoughts so that Samson's head will not be on the lap of Delilah before he's aware. You know what Proverbs chapter 2 verse 11 said? He said, discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee. Discretion means you should be wise. He said, to deliver thee from the way of evil men, and from the man that speaketh forward things. Let me round it up. Let me package it for us. Okay? When an opposite person that have immoral thoughts about you, having sexual lust concerning you, calls you, watch. There is no tangible discussion in that conversation. I want to base on your husband friend now, okay? Because that's the one that could likely be close, but it's not in all field. It could be a man from outside. Your wife friend now, we're talking about people that are close counterpart, but it could be outside. So when another person, especially a married person, start reaching you, and check the conversation. Check it. The conversation is just, hey, you look nice. The last time I came to your house, you were fine. I hope you have everything. How are you? Okay. For 1 hour, there is no tangible, no substance in the discussion. Just know that that person is lusting after you. And so what do? Shift. Okay? Minimize it. Direct the court where it should go. And stop picking the cause if you don't want to fall into adultery. Make sure your spirit is matured enough to handle some of the things I'll be releasing to you. Okay? When God calls you into a ministry, He will tell you what to do. So it's God that is talking to me from the scripture. Be watchful. But it's not all of you eating that is like that. Oh, I'm only telling you to watch from the mouth is coming from. I hope you got it. My name is Pastor Gloria from Via God Ministry. Go and preach against adultery. That's what the Lord told me to do. So I'm preaching against adultery. Beware in this end time, surviving the age. We will not fall. Purity is the key because our body is the temple of the living God. Love you guys. This episode 5. See you guys next time.